Hey guys, Fuzzy here, and today we'll be making another Lego figure. The character we will be transforming into Lego is a recently discovered animatronic from the new DLC they released for Security Breach, which is Glamrock Bonnie. I thought the design would be cool to make, so I made the non-destroyed version. I haven't actually ever played any Five Nights at Freddy's games, only like the first one on my phone. I've only watched YouTubers do Let's Plays and things like that. Anyways, we will be starting off with the body. I'm basing the structuring for the body off of the Freddy figure, so it comes out a similar size. It's been a while since I've looked at a Lego figure too for reference, so I had to refresh my memory in this video. But it's not that I haven't looked at Legos before, or like at all recently, it's just that I need to look at one in the moment, so I don't have to rely on my memory. Also, when filling the torso in, I like to fill the top first, because if I fill the top in first, I won't have to deal with the annoying thing of weaving it through the front if I fill that in first, if that makes any sense. After filling in the torso, I have to make the neck piece and seal it from the inside. Then for this figure, I thought it'd be cool to make the chest part bigger, similar to the actual design of the animatronic. It was also satisfying to put the design onto the torso too, because everything lined up perfectly. After finishing up the torso, I start to make the outline of the arms. I've always found it easier to make it in halves and then put it together to make one arm. There actually hasn't ever been a design change for like a long time. Most of the Lego figures are actually made very similarly. When all the arm outlines are finished, I have to shape it a little bit so that the handhole has a curve to it. Before I close off the arms though, I need to make bolts for the arms and seal them into the arm so they can be movable. Once I patch up the arms, it is time to make the hands. The hands are both purple and blue, but mainly purple, so that's the color I'm going to choose for the base. I also cut the fuzz where the blue is going to be because if I wrap it over the edge of a different colored pipe cleaner, the fuzz will stick out in between the pipe cleaner I wrapped it on top of. If that makes any sense. For the legs, I start out with the outline of the base, which is 2 plates on top of each other. After that, I'll be putting the studs on and then the legs onto the bottom. The piece that I will be attaching the legs onto is just like 2 discs with 2 pipe cleaners sticking out of it, so I could stick it into the base, and then I stick the legs onto the sides. And since the legs for this character are 2 different colors, I have to use 2 separate pipe cleaners to make the outline, which is a little annoying. Since I already have a method for making the outlines with 1 pipe cleaner, it's harder to do with 2 because I have to attach 2 together, and you know. Also, one of my favorite parts is filling in the legs because of how satisfying it is. It's kind of like coloring inside the lines perfectly. When the legs are all done, it's time to make the dividers inside the torso, which is why I don't fill the torso at the beginning. It's so I can put the stuff inside first and then patch it up after. Now onto the most complicated part of the project, which is the head. The first part of the head I will be making is the neck. The neck will just be a single cylinder that I will be adding the head and the jaw onto. When making the jaw piece, I have to base the outline off the neck and how it will move up and down freely without any problems. For the teeth, I just made 3 sets of 4, and I weaved a black pipe cleaner between all the pegs I built into the rows to connect them all so that I can insert them into a black plate that will be filling the bottom of the jaw. After connecting the jaw, I can now start measuring the top jaw. For the top jaw outline, I'm going to have to leave a gap in the front because I'm going to need room for the snout. After I cover the top jaw piece, I will start working on the snout the same way I made the bottom jaw. This time though, I had to stuff the snout before putting the teeth in, so it would stick out more, the little 2 front teeth. I almost forgot I had to put in the whiskers too, so I had to remove the stuffing and then put the whiskers in. For the whiskers, I just trimmed some pipe cleaner to make them look thinner, and then I poked them through the snout and then bent them into shape. Then when the snout is finally connected to the upper jaw, it's time to start making the other half of the head. The outline of the head will have eye holes, so I could stuff it with some pipe cleaners and then put the eyes in. But before I do that, I have to put the outer details on first because I secured those details from the inside of the head, and then I put the head on. I went ahead and made the eyes though to see if anything was looking off or out of proportion. Also, this is my second attempt to make the head. As you can see by this old one, I tore up for all the pipe cleaners, the extra pipe cleaners. The first head was way too small, so I had to make another head entirely. With the scraps though, I made the ears and some of the head with them, so the pipe cleaners didn't go to waste. For the hair, I made little spikes and I bent them downwards. I don't make hair that often, but the hair for this character turned out really good. Finally, I could stuff the eyes into the head and seal up the head along with the upper jaw and connect it to the neck, which was a little difficult. But now on to the last touches, the neck thing and the guitar. I don't know the name of the thing on his neck, but it was a little nice touch to the figure. I think it really did complete it. The neck thing also kept slipping off, so I had to make hooks in the corners to push it into the top of the torso. I've never made a guitar before, so it was pretty interesting and come up with a design for it. Since the base is going to be a different color from the panels, I just made those separate pieces. And for those 2 separate panel pieces, I'll be making the details onto it before sandwiching them together, and then weaving the sides closed, and then the gray part will be just sticking out of it. The design on the guitar was a little hard to get on there perfectly because even when I attached the front and the back of the guitar, the yellow fuzz was still sticking out the sides. At the very end though, I just covered it up with more black. The funnest part of the guitar though was making the strings because of how cool they turned out. Like they actually look like little guitar strings, or as close as you can get to guitar string, making it with pipe cleaners. The Glamrock Bonnie is complete. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall. Let me know what you would want to see next, and thank you for watching.